It's online biz real talk, everyone, and we have an incredible subject for you with some incredible business partners here. And we're going to go over how can someone make an income in this online business with little time on their hands. We have a lot of people that continue to message me and say, I don't even have time to watch the workshop. Can I do this business? Well, we're going to give you the answer today. We're going to tell you what you need to do and how much time you need to put into this business and the ins and outs. So stay tuned because this is a good one. This is a good one for parents, busy parents, workers in the work field, people who are, even they work two, three jobs. Listen to this subject. You're not going to want to miss it. So thank you, thank you, thank you all for joining. I have my incredible business partners, Paulo and Joseph, joining us. And stay tuned. Joseph is going to speak a little bit of Spanish. And maybe me and Paulo will also, since we're learning. How are you guys? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks, Georgia.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So, yeah, you want to, since you talked first, do you want to introduce yourself, Paulo? You want to go over a little bit of the subject for us? And yeah, tell
Yeah,
us.
definitely. I can go first. Hi, everyone. My name is Paulo Berlejas. I am here in Vancouver. My background's Filipino, grew up in Calgary. And my background's in nursing. I've been a nurse for almost 2 decades now. Worked in all different areas of nursing. So I kind of know how to, how this topic really can affect the ability to work on a business because as nurses they work a lot of shift work, they work evenings, nights, and then with my career I was working as oncology clinical trials nurse, so I was busy working a lot. It was Monday to Friday, but I was working a lot of evenings because of just the volume of patients that we were trying to get onto clinical trial studies. And so yeah, I'd be working evenings, I'd be working weekends, even though those aren't my scheduled times. But it was challenging at the beginning to try to structure my day and how to run this business so that I can earn money with this business. And so, being the kind of person I am, with the kind of nurse that we have to be with oncology trials nurses, you have to be autonomous. You have to schedule your day correctly. That I use that same skill set to with this business. So it was time management, basically, what it comes down to. So I had to adjust my day in a way that I would wake up a bit earlier in the day. Instead of like saying 6:30 I would wake up, I'd be waking up 5:30 so that I can work on the business during the morning. And then on my breaks at lunch, I wouldn't be just watching movies or stuff on Netflix or scrolling through social media on my lunch breaks. I would be working on the business. And then on the evenings, I would just dedicate a bit of time. It could be in half hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. Just really depends on what you have for commitments. That I would put time in the evening as well. And so that's how I was able to manage my time, even though I didn't have a lot of time. Because anytime people start something new, you're always, or even before you're trying to start something new, I mean, everyone's always going to say, I don't have the time to do it. That's their number one excuse. But when you actually look down in your schedule and break it down, you actually do have time. It's just how you prioritize the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. And so I was able to, I always use the word triage as like healthcare workers, we use that. So I was able to triage on my day, like what's important, what I can do, what I can eliminate, what I can substitute to do the business, or when I can substitute to do the business. And I was able to create a better time management sort of skill set. And yeah, I was able to develop that, and also staying committed to the business is another thing, because I often find that some people that I mentor, they treat the business like it's a hobby. And I think the moment that you start treating the business like a hobby is when you're not going to be able to see the successes that you can see, that you can get with this business model. And so if you're able to change that mindset and look at this business as an actual business and treat it like a business, then you'll be able to start earning those 4, 5, 6 figures a month, even though your time is limited. But I find once you get on that mindset, that skill set of managing your time wisely, you are able to do a lot of things because a lot of us have our phones on us all the time. And so if you can do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 5 minutes like down the road, it all adds up to you working on the business. And a lot of our business is using social media. We're so used to using social media on a personal level, but when we teach you how to use it on a business level, I find I get more excited using social media on a business level than on a personal level now, because in the back of my mind, I just see dollar signs when I'm using social media now. And so, I mean, that's at the beginning, that's what it comes down to, is like I wanted to make money, but now that I'm running this business, I want to help others see that there is opportunity out there to leverage the skill set that you already use that you already use with social media for just your personal use, but so you can switch it into the business side of it and use it and monetize it so that you can earn in the online space using social media and automation. So those are sort of the things that I did as a nurse to manage my time more wisely, and I was able to earn, big, not big figures yet, but I was able to double my salary, like what I make in 1 month as a nurse. I doubled it in 2 weeks doing this business. So that just goes to show you that a lot is possible, and I've seen people who make 5, 6 figures in a month within our community. And I've seen these people where they're like mothers or working multiple jobs, and they're able to make this kind of income on the side. And so this is what I love about the business. And I'm not going to lie, it is going to be challenging at the beginning. But as you grow into it, it's like with any new job, any new role that you go into, it will be challenging. But as you put both of your feet in and start learning how everything works, then it gets a bit easier each time. So yeah, that's it for me, Georgia and Joseph.
100%. I absolutely love everything that you just said, and it's it is challenging to stay focused. Okay, staying like I find myself like getting sidetracked a lot on social media.
Yeah.
It's almost like the system, the government, everything wants us to be.
Too distracted.
Yeah, because we're so intelligent, and we can, this is online biz real talk, guys, and this is real talk. We're super intelligent beings, and if we stop being distracted and we focus on making money, getting successful, changing the world, something big will happen.
Yeah.
But what if the system, what if the governments, what if the world doesn't want us to do that for some reason? Doesn't want us to overpower them. Okay, they want to keep us like, in the system. Stay in your lane, right?
Yeah.
So I realized that, Paulo. Like I was like, what's wrong with me today? Why am I so unfocused? Why do I keep going on social media? Why do I keep doing this? And I see myself, right? I look at myself, I'm like, wow, I wasted a good like hour today. Like to me, I'm productive. You know me, I'm productive. And it's in a way when we get stressed, because I have 5 kids, I get stressed, right? And when I get stressed and they're fighting or they're doing, I go right to social media. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. It's an outlet, right? It's what people will go towards. It's like either social media or play video games, watch movies, go eat. Like it's just sort of like an alternative to deal with like what you actually really need to do. And yeah, it's just a habit now. But yeah, if you are able to stop yourself, and I've been like that too, Georgia, where I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, I need to be focused on the business. And so you catch yourself and then you just kind of focusing it, get back in your lane and focus on the business.
Amen. And everything you're describing, it's no wonder why you're so successful. It's no wonder why you have the freedom to travel. And you're saying going on the trip, and meanwhile it's like, again, where are you going? So it's like, and I know that because I like when the kids go to bed, I focus on my business, but I also see myself like drifting sometimes. I'm like, no, 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 don't do that. Do this. And even with my kids, right? So yeah, anybody who's watching, and just like Paulo said, if you're a nurse, if you're somebody who continues to go to social media for your downtime and to get away from things, because we do that. And I've been watching a lot of things where it says, put away your phone,
Yeah.
put away your, yeah, put away what you're doing. Don't eat, don't try to go do something else or whatever. Like some people have, like they have where they eat when they get stressed. A lot more people is not doing that. A lot more people is on the phone now and social media. So you have to pull yourself away and think, let your body feel that for a second. We get so scared. Also, you can think and come up with an idea and come up with an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I think that way. Like sometimes, like I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be on my phone while I'm eating, because I'm one of those. I'm always on the business if I have a little bit of spare time. But then I'm like, wait a minute, let me stop. Let me eat my food, enjoy it, and also think, what can I do to better things? What can I do on my ad? You get more creative. So whoever's watching right now, if you switch that, just like Paulo said, that social media time or that Netflix, I don't watch anything like that. I don't do anything like that because you're not going to get anywhere by that. They said that Ferrari doesn't have commercials because their audience, their clients are not sitting at home watching TV. They're out there, they're entrepreneurs, they're making their biz, they're doing. You got to think about that. If you think about that, then whoa, you got to think about how can I make myself successful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you want to add anything else to that?
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah, that's it for now.
Thank you for that. God bless you. And Joseph, the busiest man I think I know. You're pretty busy, but you had a very good. When we were backstage, you spoke about a few things, and I really like for you to go over that again about, people who are single, they have more time on their hands and stuff. But why don't you introduce yourself for us? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and afterwards you can maybe translate what you say into Spanish.
Yes, so I'm Joseph. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I drive a city bus for a living, and I've been doing that for like over 3 years. And I work 6 days a week and 8 to 9 hours, and it's kind of challenging to. I gotta make sure I have my 8 hours of sleep. I have to make sure I do a little bit of exercise, and I also have to watch what I'm eating, at least eat some fruits and vegetables, and drink a lot of water, so that will actually manipulate, inspire you to feel more energetic to start your day. And I also have to ask myself, like how can I actually spend, so the topic, like how can someone make an income online with little time? So try to make yourself like an office hour. We all have like a schedule, and you can just say to yourself or make a list, like on Monday from this time and this time, I'm going to be eating from 12 to 1. I can start doing my online business, and those are options. Another thing is, just keep in touch with your mentor and say to him, what time should we meet, and we all have at least 5 or 10 minutes for ourselves to um to do something, at least read something, and do some research, and it is hard, but just say to yourself, like what can you do, because this business, it's very educational. It will slowly build your, as I mentioned before, your computer skills, your vocabulary. It will make you to meet new people, and if you read, you learn from people's mistakes. When you see somebody doing something, you learn from their mistakes, and yeah, and this makes my life to easier to manage. It prepares you to become, for those who are single, it prepares you to become, like a parent, and just want to translate this in Spanish. Yo me llamo Joseph, yo manejo buses de escolar. Yo trabajo 6 días a la semana. Este trabajo me ha ayudado, bueno, este negocio me ha ayudado tanto para a conocer más gente y entonces me ayuda a aprender más computación, aprender más qué es lo que tengo que decir. Y a todo tenemos horario, tenemos tiempo para unos 5 o 10 minutos para trabajar, para hacer lo que podamos y agarramos un papel, un lápiz para escribir, a esta hora vamos a hacer esto y a esta hora vamos a comer y tenemos que dormir 8 horas, tenemos que hacer ejercicio, tenemos que comer para alimentarlo, porque si no comemos, si no hacemos ejercicio, vamos a sentirlo cansado, no podemos hacer mucho en esto, eso va a ir aún. Y habla con tu mentor, ellos te van a ayudar, mira, a esta hora vamos a hacer esto y vas a aprender mucho, toma tiempo, pero es difícil, en el principio va a ser difícil porque sos nuevo, pero cuando más ya tienes todo ya organizado, entonces va a estar bien fácil, entonces va a tener más tiempo para ti, so, uh, yeah, and that's basically it.
Awesome. Awesome. 100%. Yeah, everything that you went over, it's only normal for people just to want a better lifestyle, a better schedule. And it's only normal for, people to want something to get out of the ordinary. And I could see that's what drew you towards this, Joseph, because I know that your routine is taking over your life. I see that with your job, and just like you said, you're trying to actually do things to get more energy. Okay, so because you're working so much, you're on the bus, and you're having to bring up your energy now because you're sitting a lot, right? You want to be mobile, so you want to do a little bit of exercise. You want to bring your health back by eating healthier. So this is such a great this is such a great opportunity for anybody looking for a change in their life. Honestly, if you don't have much time on your hands and you're looking for a change, like Joseph, like Paulo, like me, I had very little time on my hands. A mother of five, okay? I was constantly busy with my children. Still, I'm constantly busy with my children. Just like I said, throughout the day, like there's five of them. And Paulo knows this. I know Paulo knows this because he's a caregiver. When you're dealing with people, and I know Joseph, the same thing, he deals with people. Maybe he does more driving. People just come onto the bus. But when you're hands on with kids, adults, teacher, mother of five, it's exhausting a lot of times because there's all these different personalities and nobody's on the same page, right? They're all not the same minds. And I want this and I want that and you at the end of the day you're feeling dizzy, and you need to do what you need to do, right? As a mother, as a parent. So I'm talking to a lot of the stay-at-home moms too, and stay-at-home dads. Like I know what you're feeling, and to anybody who thinks a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad or people who are taking care of children, caregivers, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. People who are helping, those with also, you know, uh, mental health issues, they're the most exhausted even in this business. I have a few business partners that work with children and adults with mental health issues. So to say that at the end of the day you're exhausted and you don't have time and you just want to sit back and have Netflix, don't say that. Don't even think that. This is my relaxing time. This business is my little, pretty much comfort time at night, and it rewires me. And I do. Sometimes I have tea, okay, with caffeine. Sometimes I have an energy drink. I'm not gonna lie, okay. If I go to sleep, I will not make money. I will not make money. I will stay up. If I need to take an energy drink or some tea or something with caffeine in it, I will do it because I know, all right, I'm going to make some money, and I'm probably going to make a $5,000 sale. I'll probably make another couple $1,000s here, a couple $1,000s there. It'll work for you. But if you put a couple hours into this business a day or every other day, you will make it. I made it. I made it in that little time, in an hour a day or a couple hours every other day. I did it, and it wasn't by fluke. Okay, I did it because I put my time and effort into it, and I found time around my busy, crazy schedule of 5 kids in school, church activities, church, birthday parties, cleaning them, bathing them, taking to the parks, wherever. Super busy. I didn't have any time for a job. Okay, I was offered jobs in Kamloops where I used to live, and I did take them because I knew what I was going to go through. I was going to have to pay half of my pay on childcare and commute. So at the end of the day, I was like, I won't get anything, okay? And the government does that to you. They'll put you and they'll give you less child tax benefits because you're making that money. So it's like, okay, now half my pay is gone to childcare and commute, and then they lessen my child tax benefits in Canada. They give you child tax benefits for your children. It's like, a monthly little bonus for them, for their school clothes or feeding them. And it's a never ending cycle. It's really rough. It's really rough on single moms, okay? So, and on single parents. But what I'd like to say is anybody who is thinking they want to make an extra little side hustle, they want to make some extra money, this is it. Don't look no further. This is a real legit business where you get tax slips, where at the end of the day, you see your progress, you see leads, you see buyers, you see checks in the mail, you see direct deposits in different countries. Because in Canada and US, we get checks in the mail. Different countries, you get direct deposit. I'm here in Spain right now. Okay, I still have my business in Canada. I'm getting checks right now. Okay, at my address in Canada. But I'm here vacationing, living life, having a beautiful, amazing time here in Spain, living in this gorgeous home. Okay, and I'm still making an incredible income. So I guess I'll introduce myself to those who don't know me. So I'm Georgia Williams. Obviously, you see here, I'm a coach, mentor, president, and CEO. Like I said, I have 5 kids. I have my fiance there in Vancouver, Peter Vivancos, and he's originally from Barcelona. He's originally from Spain. I started this business 4.5 years ago, and I started it suddenly. I just seen somebody posting about this. It was actually somebody who I knew was posting about how amazing their business is doing. So I asked them, and I watched a free workshop. He told me to watch the workshop, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Why haven't I seen this before? Because beforehand, when I was in Toronto, Ontario, because I found this business when I was in Kamloops, BC, Canada. But when I was in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, I thought about how can I work online? I can work for Google, maybe I can do something like, I was always thinking that there's probably big money online. And I even tried to get my business online. Nothing went anywhere. Okay, they wanted so much money to get me online with my business, my offline business that I had. And also, I didn't want to be a pushy salesperson. I didn't want to cold call and bug people, blah, 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 because that's what you would have had to do as a Google assistant. Believe me, they called me. The Google people called me a few times before. I don't want to be like that, right? So when I seen this business, I kind of already knew what it took to get in the online world. And when I seen that they was giving us the training and they was giving us the sales funnel, they was building our website, everything for practically nothing. You don't have to pay a monthly fee. I was like, wow, this is gold. How come I never seen this before? And then all of a sudden, when I started, I seen how easy the training was. I started to get leads. I started to get buyers right away. And I was amazed. My biggest issue that a lot of people always ask me, what was your biggest problem? What's the thing that you went through? Was my own belief in myself, because a lot of people was like, oh, you're not going to do good online, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that. So I started to feel not right about myself. So don't think that you can't do this. As soon as I switched my mind around and I read The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, and then I start to realize, wow, before I used to succeed because I believed that things would happen. And then it just brings in more good energy. And then all of a sudden something amazing started to happen. I started to get $4,500 paydays and sales, and I started to blow to the top. And then I hit my 21,000 mark. I put on my little Mera, a little note. I want to make 21,000 a month. I did it. I paid off my debt. So many amazing things. I purchased a new vehicle for our family. We moved into a $3 million home in Kelowna. Now I'm here in Spain in $1 million home with a lift behind me that goes to 5 floors. So it just keeps growing and growing and getting better. But the thing is you will find time. If you think you don't have time, believe me, you will find time. If you put aside, like we said, if you put aside the time that you put on your phone, on your social media, on gossiping and talking. Oh my goodness, I see a lot of girls and guys do that. Like they're like, whoa, put that aside. Drama, okay, fighting, just partying, going to the clubs, staying up late, watching a movie, taking out. I can see all these things. There's a lot of these things I've done too. So, and I'm not a gossiper. I've never been a gossiper though. But I would stay up late and just eat food and play video games. Or I think back in the day, like when I was in Toronto when I was 21, 22 years old, and I was thinking, why would I spend so much time on Farmville or on the Nintendo? What was wrong with me? So to anybody that's thinking that way, don't spend your time on those silly little games. Get away from those games. Get away from those, computer games. Get away from all that. Okay, new age. All the kids are, what was it, Minecraft or there's I don't know, these soldier games, all these things, and they grew into people now in their 20s. They're still into that, guys. You can build yourself a whole fortune online. Okay, never mind building those fake houses online. Build yourself a fortune online. Okay, because I got 21, 22, 23-year olds that retired from their nursing jobs that like has Teslas and made 20,000 in a week. Okay, this is what we have in our business. Okay, and when they first started, I was like, whoa, they're really young. Then I was like, they blew me away. I was like, well, the young people have a really strong, focused mindset. Like they're stubborn, right? Or they're focused and they have time on their hands. So the younger you are, the better, as long as you're 18. And it doesn't matter what your age is, because people also started this business in their 60s and they blew me away. They was more tech savvy than I was. I was like, whoa. And also they're more, how can I say, disciplined on themselves. They're disciplined. They know they need to put their time and they do things and they organize it and they write everything down. I'm like, whoa. So, and even my Romani business partners, my sisters blew me away. My sister Julie, like she always felt like she couldn't read right or she couldn't do right. And then when she started this business, she blew me away. I was like, whoa, you are super good at computers. She's like, no, I need your help. I'm like, I coach like hundreds of people. You're like way quicker than half of my business partners. So don't doubt yourself, especially my people from my country. Don't doubt yourself. All you need to do is create an ad, and that will take you literally like 10, 20 minutes once you have your website and everything, your sales funnel created by our tech team, because I will help you with that. And then you just post every day, post on your social media accounts. So Facebook and all the other different social media accounts can kick your ad into algorithm and they can see you're real and people can see that your business is real because there's a lot of scams out there. You need to make sure you keep yourself active. Okay. And even if you don't want to show yourself online, you don't have to. Just post at least some content. And we have all the content to give you. So, yeah, I think, did you guys want to add anything else?
I want to add one last part,
Yes.
just with the comparison of when people look for another job to earn extra money. Because when you look at it, you actually have to go into a physical office or physical place to do that other job. Whereas with the online business, there's more portability and flexibility. But what differentiates us with other online business is the whole automation part too, and that a lot of the back end systems are taken care of for you so that you can just focus on the marketing side of the business. It's like opening up a store, like a brick and mortar store, like a clothing store, and you're just focused on the marketing and everything else is automated. The cashier, things, the clothes being put out for you, all those is all done for you. Whereas, and then you just do the marketing part. So that's why, as long as you have your phone with you, you can do this anywhere. I mean, we've had other moms who do this while they're watching their kids in sports or they're waiting for their kids to come out of school, or they're in between breaks. Like it shows you how flexible it is that you can do this on the side and still earn the same income or earn even more than what you make in your current job. So just want to add that part in.
100%. Today, that was a perfect example. Like today, my kids were watching something about Eskimos. I was teaching them about where this Eskimos come from and what do they do and stuff. And I found this cute little Disney video, and it was like 27 minutes. And I was like, okay, I have 27 minutes on my hands to work on the business. And I did that. I got a new laptop, and I switched like my business stuff onto my new laptop in that little bit of time there. So in that little crunch time that you have, it's also very good for you, right? To discipline yourself like that. Like, okay, I have a little crunch time. Let me do this in that little crunch time before the kids get off of their little schooling, right? Because I was teaching them, and just even like to anybody out there who wants to homeschool or who is homeschooling their kids. I know since COVID hit, there's a lot of people that transitioned their kids and from to homeschooling, and they kept it that way. I see a lot. So moms out there, dads out there, parents homeschooling children, it's a breeze with this business. Like you're going to see that you can have this business with you, and you could be at home with your kids, and you can also incorporate the kids into learning about this. There is even training, right, Paulo? Like there's training where it shows the kids how to create a YouTube channel and start monetizing, making money.
Yeah.
They can have a business on there.
Yeah, that's what I like about the training is that it's just not catered. The marketing part of it is just not catered to our business system and our model. You can actually apply it to other businesses as well. So you can help, like if you ever down the road want to open up another online business or a brick and mortar business and make it online, you can do that as well because we've already teach you the marketing skills on how to do stuff on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google Ads, TikTok, like you name it. We show you how to do that stuff, and you already have the basis of how to do that, and you feel comfortable doing it. Because I've taught friends of mine how to create more online presence because of the teachings that I did, or from the stuff I learned from our training site. So.
100%. That's what I was going to say. Like I did the same thing for my friend, and she got really good in her real estate. But there's a part of this training, I'll might add, that it's very contoured towards making you perfectly successful in this business. Yeah. So there's one part where it's vague, where okay, just build this, do that, and do that. Now you can do anything you want to do with that business. But we're going to show you, okay, with this business in particular, you have to do this and this and this, and advertise that way, because you're going to get your exact client. So thank you all for joining, and thank you all who have joined today on watching. And we have, I think, a few comments here too. Your mama, from Calgary. Hi, Agnes. How are you? God bless you. And we have Nancy. How are you, Nancy? God bless you. Hi. So to anybody who wants to earn online and wants to see what this business is about, click the link above. Go to our websites. The link would be blue here on Facebook or wherever you go. If you go to our bios and you hit the link where our website's www. And you see our websites, hit the link and add your name and your email. Once you add your name and your email, you'll be taken right away to our free workshop replay. Okay, and I'm on that one. If you go to mine or my business partners, I'm on that replay. And you're going to see me hosting it. You're going to see what we're going to build you a sales funnel. You're going to see everything. How it usually takes $20,000, $30,000 to get someone set up like that. We get that to you practically for nothing. Okay, honestly, you'll see it. It's the price of going out for a fancy dinner. You'll see that. And if did you want to go on and go about what they would do in our online academy?
Yeah. So after you watch the information webinar and you want to learn a bit more and want to get added to our private Facebook group called Earn Online Academy, it's free to join. We've created several frequently asked question videos that we get as mentors and coaches. Just all the stuff like, is this a pyramid scheme? Is this a multi-level marketing? What do we do in this business? So on. So it's all explained in video format. So it's under 18 minutes in total. So it's very short. We've squeezed as much information. So hopefully you can get more well-informed and make a proper sort of decision if this is something that you want to move forward with.
We put a lot of work into this,
yeah,
into this group, especially Paulo, and it was fun making all these videos. So you should definitely register on our websites and message us privately and say, I want to join the Earn Online Academy. And I want to see what this group is all about. You're going to see all these videos, and some of them are so amazing. A lot of my business partners, with the amazing job they did on on explaining the business plan and these cute little comments on it. And just, it's exactly what you need to have some insight. And you'll see also a lot of our paydays, okay,
Mhm.
that we will show you on our pages. It's behind the scenes in our group, our paydays, more about the business, more explanation. So thank you for that. Okay, God bless all. Hit that link, add your name and your email. And if you are in the Earn Online Academy, hit the sign up link, add your email that you registered for free with, and make sure you reach out to your mentor or your coach. I'm your coach, mentor, reach out to me, or Paulo or Joseph, reach out to us and let us know that you signed up, and we'll add you into our other group where you graduate and you get into our other group. Now you're an online business owner and you get started in the online business. Okay, love you all. See you on the other side. Bye.